The time is 8:37 a.m. Good morning. The news headline. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer slams 50 million suit on DSS. The news in full. Mr. Maxwell Okpara, one of the lawyers defending the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has filed a fundamental rights enforcement suit against the Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS. Okpara in the suit marked FHC ABJ CS 1018-2021 alleged that he was on August 30th subjected to various degrading treatment when he visited Kanu in the DSS facility. The counsel, who also listed the DSS as the second respondent in the suit, is praying that the court to award him 50 million naira as compensation for the infringement on his fundamental right to dignity. Okpara is also praying the court for an order of perpetual injunction restraining the two respondents and their representatives from further disturbing or interfering with his right to dignity. He also wants them restrained from interfering with his liberty and freedom of movement by any further harassment, intimidation, and humiliation during his routine visits to their detention facility to see his clients. The lawyer is equally demanding a written apology from the respondents to be published in 2 national dailies for the unwarranted infringement of his fundamental rights. He further prayed for an order directing the respondents to jointly and severally pay the sum of 50 million naira he is demanding. Okpara maintained that the action the DSS took against him amounted to a gross violation of his right to dignity as guaranteed under Section 34 of the 1999 Constitution. He said that it also violated Article 5 of the African Charter on Human and People Rights Ratification and Enforcement Act, Cap A9 Volume 1 LFN. He alleged that when he visited the DSS facility to see Kanu, he was forced to remove his medicated eyeglasses, wedding ring, belt, jacket, and shoes. Okpara said in complying with the order of the DSS operatives, he became shabbily dressed and harassed, intimidated, and humiliated. This, according to him, amounts to a gross violation of the right to dignity guaranteed under Sections 34 of the 1999 Constitution and Article 5 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights Ratification and Law Enforcement Act, Cap A9 Volume 1 LFN. No date has however been fixed for hearing of the suit. And the news analysis is that following the harassment of the legal representatives of Nnamdi Kanu, for quite a while now, that Nnamdi Kanu has been in the detention of the DSS facility. There have been a whole lot of issues bothering about the legal representatives of Nnamdi Kanu and the DSS official. That at a particular point in time, the lawyer to the leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, decried the harassment, intimidation, and manhandling they faced with DSS when they visited their clients on a Tuesday, where Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the lead counsel, in his update on their visit to the IPOB leader, said that despite their protest last week that the DSS operatives harassed them and their legal team during their visit, he said that they were practically stripped naked while DSS were searching for incriminating materials during a court-ordered visit. Ejiofor noted that the practice is becoming intolerable, that lawyers were practically stripped naked while searching them. He said that they asked them to remove their shoes, to remove their glasses, and they even collected their writing materials, amongst other things like removing of wedding rings and the likes. He said that they therefore do not mince words in stating that it is no longer safe as it stands for them visiting their clients, that the hostile treatment is becoming exceedingly intolerable and unacceptable in the prevailing circumstance. They also noted that what they are facing now is more apprehensive of the fact that no trial will commence on the circumstance they finally find themselves until their client, Nnamdi Kanu, is transferred to a correctional center. that he cannot be tried for a one-way stereotype conviction in the manner the federal government is presently pursuing it. That to deny lawyers writing materials and for the visit to be conducted under the atmosphere of fear and intimidation is highly unacceptable and condemnable, saying that they understand the script currently being played is a clear demonstration of the federal government strategy to deny Nnamdi Kanu a fair trial, and that they will not accept it under no circumstances, and they will understand the game and the dancing partner, and they want everyone to be reminded that the present development is the direct consequences of our prayers well answered, saying that they crave for more prayers and urge every supporter of Nnamdi Kanu to continue to remain law-abiding and peaceful in the conduct of their affairs, and that they should be assured that with God on their side, that they will win the battle in the court overwhelmingly and shall continue to keep them posted as the event unfolds, and that they should be assured that they have no reasons to be sad, because they will be rejoiceful in no distance time. And also, after quite a while, the legal representative representing Nnamdi Kanu in the United States actually visited Abuja, and the DSS once again denied them access to Nnamdi Kanu. Said that the officials of the Department of State Service aborted a court-ordered visit where they gave a flimsy excuse when the attorney, a law attorney, Bruce Fein, who is actually one of their foremost American trained constitutional law lawyer and the IPOB's attorney in the United States of America, came to visit, and they said that the person who was to receive them for that visit was not around. And then, all these plots are just so annoying, and that was why Mr. Maxwell Okpara, one of the lawyers defending the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has filed a fundamental rights enforcement suit against the DSS of the state, whereby he said that he was subjected to degrading treatment when he visited the DSS facilities, and that for that reason he is praying the court to award him 50 million naira as compensation for the infringement on his fundamental right to dignity, and that as well along in conjunction with that, they have to restrain 2 respondents and their representatives from further disturbing or interfering with his rights to dignity, and that whenever he goes there, that is the DSS facility, for a visit, they should restrain them from interfering with his liberty and freedom of movement by any further harassment, intimidation, and humiliation during his routine visits to their detention to see Nnamdi Kanu. Time is 8:45 a.m.